Let's talk about wealth. What if I told you that everything most people think about looking rich is, well, just plain wrong? What if the real secret isn't about the money you flash, but about the world you build around yourself? Today, we're diving deep into something called the richness ecosystem. It's a super common trap, right? We think that one big ticket item, a fancy watch, a designer bag, is the ultimate signal of success. We get confused and think owning a single possession is the same as holding a real position of wealth. But that's a huge misunderstanding of how we as humans actually perceive the world. So this really gets to the heart of it. What if the key isn't that one flashy thing you buy, but the whole consistent system of your life that you build around it? That's the core idea we're going to unpack right now. All right, to really get this, let's look at two totally different approaches. Think of it like a tale of two investments, the lonely symbol versus the complete ecosystem. Okay, picture this. Two people, each has 7 lakh rupees to spend. Person A goes all in on the symbol. Bam, they buy the Rolex. But now look at person B. They're playing a completely different game. They take that same money and invest it across their entire life. A few perfectly tailored suits, great shoes, regular professional grooming, maybe even a car service. They're not just buying a thing, they're building an entire environment for themselves. And here's the punchline, the crazy part. Almost instantly, society looks at person B, the one with the polished, consistent ecosystem, and thinks, wow, they're rich. Meanwhile, person A, with their one expensive watch that doesn't match anything else, they just get labeled as irresponsible with their money. It's all about the big picture, not the one shiny pixel. And this leads us right to our big idea, the richness ecosystem. It's not one thing, it's the whole consistent pattern, how you look, how you act, the environment you're in. All those little signals add up to tell a story about where you stand, and that story is what truly communicates your status to the world. So why is this ecosystem idea so darn powerful? Well, it all comes down to some really basic human psychology. See, we're hardwired to judge the whole context, not just one isolated thing. Just think about it. When you see one luxury item that feels completely out of place with everything else, it doesn't whisper success. It's practically screaming insecurity. It shouts, hey, look at me. I really, really want you to think I'm rich. It can totally backfire. But on the other hand, a really well put together environment, it doesn't have to scream at all. It sends this quiet, confident message that this level of quality, this way of living, is just normal. And believe me, that whisper is way more powerful than any scream. Now this slide, man, it just nails the point perfectly. Let's call it the Rolex test. In the first scenario, you have a guy in a sharp suit gets out of a nice Mercedes wearing a Rolex. What do we think? The watch fits the ecosystem, so of course it's real. But in the second scenario, it's a guy in cheap clothes. He gets off a public bus wearing the exact same watch. Our brains immediately jump to a conclusion. It's got to be fake, or maybe even stolen.
So here's the absolute key takeaway from all this. People aren't judging the Rolex, they're judging the life surrounding the Rolex. It is all about the context. If you build the right context first, the symbols when they come will just naturally be accepted as real.
Okay, so the why is clear. Now let's get into the how. How do you actually build your own richness ecosystem? Don't worry, there's a blueprint for this. See, the truly wealthy don't usually start with the symbols. They invest in systemic improvements. They might hire a stylist, they build a quality wardrobe over time, they make grooming a priority. But it's not just about looks. They invest in experiences. And, this is crucial, they invest in people. They build networks, find mentors, and get into social circles that pull them up. These are all investments in their environment. And I absolutely love this quote because it really captures the required mindset shift. A suit isn't just fabric, it's like a costume that changes how you feel, how you carry yourself. And grooming, that's not about being vain. It's an outward sign of your inner discipline. Every single part of the ecosystem has a psychological job to do. So let's map out the actual process. You can think of it as a journey of elevation in 5 clear steps. First, you upgrade your ecosystem. That then allows you to do step 2, enter richer rooms, physically and metaphorically. Being in those rooms lets you learn richer skills, which, in turn, helps you build richer opportunities for yourself. And only then, at the very end of the line, do you buy the richer symbols. Not to prove anything to anyone else, but as a marker of your own journey. And that's the real magic here. This is nothing to do with being deceptive. This is not that old, tired advice to fake it till you make it. No way. This is something so much more powerful. It's about consciously shaping your environment so that you can authentically grow into the person you're meant to become. You're creating the very conditions for your own transformation. So we'll leave you with this one final thought. The next time you feel that pull, that temptation to buy that single shiny symbol of success, just pause. Pause and ask yourself this one simple question. Does my current environment actually match the life I want? Because if the answer is no, then the smartest investment probably isn't in an object, but in the world you inhabit every single day.